We are going live. Hey, everybody, it's showtime. Showtime, and I'm a giant nerd. All right.
Do. Oh, yeah.
Ready to go live. Hello, everybody. It's a dinosaur. His name's Rex and blah, 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 bloop. Do. Yeah! Tonight's live stream is sponsored by Poketo, Castle Siege, Starforge, and Blessed Dark hit Kickstarter October 15th. Hey, everybody. And just so you know, Poketo is in yesterday it was the last 72 hours. I don't know my hours that well, but I think you have up until today or tomorrow to be able to still get a part of that Poketo deal where you can get Blessed Dark, Castle Siege, and Starforge. But I am super excited. Hey, it's Chris from the Charity Board Gamer, and tonight I have Beth from Z-Man Games. If you haven't had a chance to watch some of our other Extra Life live streams or our different little playthroughs we've done, Beth has come on to show Pandemic Hot Zone. She was on to play with us when we played Pandemic Legacy Season 0, which was really fun. We played that with her and Rob Davio, and we survived, which I would hope.
We did.
Yeah, but it was surprising. It was surprising because we had the right cards at the right time. Doesn't always work that way when you play a game of Pandemic.
No.
But yeah, so tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about Z-Man Games, talking about some of the latest stuff. Also, I might be switching cameras, and we might be playing a little bit of Infinity Gauntlet, a love letter game, which is by Z-Man. And you know what? I asked if I could be Thanos. Beth politely said yes. So we're going to play. We're going to watch. Forgive the second camera because it will take me a second to go to the second camera as we do it. But first, Beth, introduce yourself. Tell us how you got into the board gaming hobby and then later the board gaming industry.
Yeah. So thanks for having me. I really enjoyed the other live streams, so this will be fun. So, I mean, I've been a nerd my whole life. Honestly, I have a brother who's 7 years older than me, and him and my dad, they were always watching sci-fi and fantasy and reading comics, and so I've been around nerd stuff my whole life and really been into it for a long time. And I'd say I really got more into the real board game industry kind of late high school for me, and then into college. I joined a board game club there, and a couple of my friends were starting to talk about some of those gateway games, like Pandemic, but also Catan, Ticket to Ride, Lords of Waterdeep, some of those kind of older games that have been around for a while, but now are the gateway for a lot of people. And I actually grew up in the Cincinnati area, and so Gen Con was just, a hop and a skip over in Indianapolis, not that far. So started going to that con when I was pretty young and realized board games are awesome and there's so many of them. So I've definitely loved board games for a long time. And then I previously worked in the book publishing industry, doing some things actually with some art books. It was a company that had a lot of like hobby books. And so the books that we had were like how to draw, how to paint. And we had 2 lines, one of which was impact books, which was really nerdy stuff. So it was like how to draw dragons and how to draw manga. And I loved that stuff. Those were my favorite to edit. And so I worked there for a while and then started pursuing other opportunities. And I started out as the marketing writer for Z-Man Games almost 3 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah, and then so I moved to Minnesota because that's where the offices are for the North American branch of Asmodee and FFG and Z-Man, and just right there in the Twin Cities area. And then I became the marketing manager last year and just continued to do fun work there. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fun working at a board game company.
What you missed? But do you miss the times of editing, of writing, like drawing book? I mean, I have to say, How to Draw Dragons sounds pretty cool.
We did do a lot of fun books. It was just different because I in college I've been all over the place. College, I actually started in fashion design, and so I did 3 years of design school before then reevaluating my life and getting an English degree. So that's what led me to books and publishing. And then I was really lucky to get to work on art stuff, since art and design was a big part of my life already. And so I really did love that stuff. But I still get to do, some editing, and we still get to do stuff with art and visuals on the marketing side, because of course, like I have a graphic designer and I have a writer. Well, before that I was writing the content myself. And so, it's figuring out, it's still the puzzle of figuring out like the right words to say to make someone understand a game or get excited about the game. And what do you want to show them? Because, the team does a great job of making the game. Great, of course, but then it's my job and my team's job to let everyone know that this game exists and why they should buy it and why it's fun. And, what is it about this game that you might like more than another game? And I really enjoy that.
Daniel, I agree. The key to drawing a dragon is all about the consummate thieves.
Strong dog!
Yes. And it looks like also Allison on here from Kids Planning. So we got Kids Planning Dad on here. So we got Allison and we have Daniel on here. So that's awesome. Yeah, so we are going to play. I'm going to quickly switch the cameras. Let's just play and have some fun while we're doing this. And then tell us a little bit more about what Z-Man's got in store. Oh, yeah. I'm ready. I've got my deck ready. I didn't stage it at all. I didn't put all my Infinity Gems in the first 6 cards.
Of course not. Yeah, I definitely trust that you fairly shuffled this.
Hold on. Okay, maybe. Now I did. There, it's good. Good. See, you didn't see it, but you can trust me. You can trust me. I need to
shuffle mine too. Yeah. So the game we're about to play is Infinity Gauntlet, a love letter game, and it is our first licensed love letter game. So love letter is a game that has been pretty much a core game for a long time in the board game industry, and it used to be with AEG, and we got the rights to it and purchased it recently. So we released a new version of love letter itself last year, where we did some new art, did some new tokens, and upped the player count so it could handle 6 players instead of just 4. And then we got the opportunity to make a Marvel one. And I'm a little biased, but I have to say this is probably one of my favorite versions now. So, regular love letter, everyone is kind of out for themselves. But in Infinity Gauntlet, it's actually a 1 versus many. So as you mentioned, there is a Thanos deck. So one player gets to be Thanos, and the other players, however many there are, it can play up to 6. So you can have 1 Thanos player and 5 heroes. You can have 1 Thanos player and 1 hero player, as we are doing tonight. But you'll get your own hero deck, which has a bunch of fun cards. And
you hear that? I'm shuffling, I swear.
I will shuffle these after I show them. So it's got, different heroes, really exciting Marvel art. And just like regular love letter, you draw a card, you play a card, you do that character ability. And in this case, we'll be trying to fight each other and knock each other's health down. But, and this is one of my favorite things, the Thanos player can also win if they are able to find all 6 of the Infinity Stone cards.
And I will.
So you can either play those in front of you, have all 6, or if you've played, 4 and you have 2 in hand, then you can reveal them and snap, and of course, alter the universe. It's absolutely one of my favorite mechanics. I love it.
Right.
So one of our in-house designers was actually able to make this, Alex Ortloff, and he took the base of what Saiji had created and then did this new fun spin on it. I love it. It's great.
Well, I've got my 2 cards ready.
Okay. Here, I'm shuffling my cards.
Okay, I'm watching.
Totally
it looks like
shuffling.
Amanda Panda is lurking. That's so weird, that phrase. It's just, I'm like thinking lurking. Yeah. But yeah, all the Rising games. Yeah, I recently got in the mail. Somebody sent it over from the UK. Dark Side Rising. So it's right next to what do I have? Plankton Rising, Death Eaters Rising, Thanos Rising, which is my favorite, I think, still, and the Batman Who Laughs Rising. So yeah.
I still haven't had the chance to try all of those yet.
Well, you're always welcome to come on by and play. I know we're playing this weekend, so who knows? I know just swing on by. Minnesota, we're West Virginia. It's not too far of a drive.
It's a short jaunt.
Yeah,
right?
It's a short one. Yeah. All right, so I go first, correct?
Yes. So Thanos goes first. So Thanos always has 2 cards in hand. So then you will draw 1 to have 3. And I, as a hero player, start with 1 card.
All right. I am going to use my Outrider.
Okay.
So, all right. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have... It sounds like I'm saying go fish. 3s.
No.
Okay. Nice.
All right. So in the 2-player game, the hero player will go twice in a row.
Yep.
Just for a balancing mechanism. So I have drawn my 2nd card for my first turn. And I'm going to play Gamora.
Oh boy.
So she lets me look at a card in your hand, and since it's choose a teammate, I'm going to choose myself.
Okay. Cool.
So how about you show me, I guess, the one that's in your left hand?
Okay.
Okay. I see what that is.
Okay.
Okay. So now I will draw my card for my 2nd hero turn.
All right.
And I will play Falcon, which is a 4, and that will let me take a power token.
Nice. Okay.
I am souped up for battle.
All right. Well, I've got my Outrider out. Let's see here. Draw my card. Okay, I'm playing Corvus Glaive. Choose an opponent. If they are holding a 3 or lower, defeat their card.
3 or lower. I am not
3 or lower.
Holding a 3 or lower.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I am going to play the Hulk.
All right.
Which will let me fight, and I would like to fight. So I have +2 to this card. And let's fight against the card in your left hand.
All right. So you are going to fight against Black Dwarf. Yep. So I am. Yep. So bye, Black Dwarf.
So I knock your health down 1, and then this will be my 2nd player turn.
Okay. Oh, I didn't put that back then. There we go.
And I will play Black Panther to take a power token again.
All right. So I am down 1 health right now. You're taking a power token. Okay. I'm drawing my card. Here we go. I'm playing my Mind Stone. Remember. I don't know. Let's think.
Do you remember?
Oh gosh, you had. I'm gonna say 4.
No, I played the 4.
Oh nuts! Dang it. Okay. Well, that sucks. All right.
Little did everyone know that part of Love Letter is memory.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I'm getting old. I don't have it either. Okay, well then I'm gonna play Thor, and we're gonna fight again.
All right. Which one are you fighting?
let's fight the one in your right hand.
My right hand. Then you have defeated my outrider.
Okay. So this is what I had as a reminder.
Yep.
And
okay.
I lose my +2.
Thank you for reminding me that. Next time I need to play that one against you.
It's only fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I get to draw another card for my second player turn. And this time I will play Iron Man, which means I would like to fight again.
Okay.
Did you redraw a card for the outrider?
I did. Yep,
okay.
I redrew a card.
Let's fight the card in your left hand.
You have fought my Space Stone.
Aha!
Oh my gosh, really, Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel punches it. Okay, so make sure you draw before shuffling the stone back in.
Ruined my fun there. I was wanting to reshuffle and put all the good cards at the top. No. All right.
I think that knocks you down to 1 health, right?
Yeah, that does knock me down to 1 health. This could be a very quick game.
We could play again.
Okay. All right. Okay. My turn?
It is your turn.
All right. Perfect. Space Stone. I'm going to fight up to 2 different opponents.
Okay.
But, yep. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and fight the card on the left. The left card.
I only have 1 card, so it doesn't
matter. You only have 1 card. Okay. So, yep.
You're probably holding Thanos. Yep.
Yepers. All right. Takes you down a notch.
That was 1 punch for me. I draw a new card.
All right. So now I get to fight another opponent. All right. Gee, I wonder who I'm going to use again. I mean, I don't know. Craziness.
It's a mystery.
All right. You know what? I'll just have fun with it. Everything all.
Either way, Black Widow got punched.
I'm sorry, Black Widow. You shouldn't have died in Endgame. All right. That was a very dramatic thing, and I was like, "Really?"
It was. She was sacrificing for her family. She finally had a family.
Yes, she did. Now, I think the thing that I liked the most is the fan theory that Captain didn't just go back to see Peggy. He also went back and saved Black Widow, and they lived happily ever after.
I would be fine with that twisting of the timeline.
I would like that. I would like that idea of, he saved her, and they lived happily ever after. So, it'd be cool.
Sometimes I like the fan theories better than the real thing.
Well, it definitely makes up for some of the plot holes and stuff that you see. And it definitely makes it for fun. All right. It's your turn.
It is my turn. All right.
Please don't defeat me.
Spider-Man.
You have those power tokens, don't you?
No, but Spider-Man.
Oh, no.
You're holding Thanos.
Yep. I am holding Thanos.
Which was my last kapunch.
And I am out.
Yep.
That was a very quick game. Craziness.
It was.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what you all have got going on at Z-Man while I switch over cameras back to this fancy thing. There we go. And I'm back. Hey, hi folks. You may not have noticed this, but my disembodied head was not actually disembodied at all. It was still here on top of the rest of me. So, oh my gosh. Okay, I want a rematch later, but
we can do a rematch.
Yeah, we'll do a rematch. There will be it'll be the epic battle upon battles. I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go. So what is the latest stuff that's going on from Z-Man? Now, you just released Pandemic Legacy Season 0. That was what, the 26th? No, that was the 23rd because the 26th Robert came on. So
Yep, 23rd of October. So it's out in the world. There are some people who have already powered through and finished it. I heard a couple.
That blows my mind.
I know. It's a lot of gaming very quickly, and I don't know, it's a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's when we were doing. I got to play one of the later prototypes, to get feedback, and then also try to get an understanding of the game so that we could prep our marketing plan for it. And I mean, I think that still took us like 2 weeks. I mean, we were doing other things, I guess, but it still took us a little bit. So when someone said they finished it, in one weekend, I was like, that's impressive. That
is crazy. I mean, people did it in was, I think when Robert came on, he said that somebody spent their whole weekend just knocking it out. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm playing with my kids. That's not happening. Like, I depend on their time. So if they're not up for playing at the moment, it's like, Daddy, we don't want to play. We want to watch SpongeBob. Not SpongeBob, but like, hey, we want to watch like a movie. Like right now, they're going through the whole Jurassic Park movie series.
Ooh,
so it's like every night or every like Wednesday night, they're watching some sort of Jurassic Park film. They just watched Jurassic Park 3, which I cannot stand. But just something about that part where if you haven't seen Jurassic Park 3 yet, I'm going to spoil one scene. So remember that scene where Alan's in the Sam Neill's character is in the airplane and he goes to sleep and he has a dream, and it's just so the weirdest dream where then he wakes up to the Velociraptor saying, Alan. Like, what the crap? Yeah. It's like, what in the world are they coming up with? It looks like, oh, wow. Thanks, Amanda Panda.
Yes, I am going to.
Oh, Duchess 1105's on here. The board game Duchess. Very cool. She had a stream on earlier, and she was testing out her new headset. The headset sounded really good. So, very cool. Very cool. And then Time Roller's on here. Whoops. What's up? But yeah, no, I am eager to hear about what you all have been up to. You all have been cranking out some good stuff. I mean, I personally, our family loved this one, so we had a great time playing this.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, Infinity Gauntlet and Season 0 are like probably like two really big things this year. We also had Pandemic Hot Zone North America, which is more of a streamlined Pandemic, much more it's kind of a smaller package. It's only $20. You can like throw it in your backpack because it's a smaller box and a smaller board. It's also shorter. So like instead of like an hour, it takes like 20, 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. And that's actually the start of a series. So we've been working closely with Matt Leacock, of course, to make this Hot Zone series. And so they're going to be a few different regions. And so North America happened to be the first one, but we're actually very actively working on the next one and the next one.
I can't wait to hear about them. I know you probably can't say anything about them yet until you get, of course, the approval saying you can't do it. I understand.
I mean, I sort of make the rules, but
oh yeah, but yeah, I understand. I know that I've enjoyed the fact that it's shorter than the normal Pandemic. It's easier to approach. Like, it's a great way to introduce people to the board game hobby, cooperative gaming.
Yeah.
And it be able to be quick enough that it's not too much thought. Like when you play the original Pandemic, which is a great game, you're having to choose like one of 6 rolls. You've got so many not incidents. I want to say incidents because of
because of Season 0.
Yeah, because of Season
outbreaks.
0. Yeah, outbreaks. So you got so many outbreaks, and you've got all that stuff that happens. You've got the pandemics constantly coming out, and you're just like, oh my gosh. But it is a little different that it's got that shorter feel to it. You're only going across North America. I think we joked about everybody. One of the viruses that we joked about during when we played, I think live, was we called it one of them con crud. I think we all were getting
we did
con crud. Yeah, so it's like, oh look, it hit.
Let's make a little beeline through Indianapolis, stop at Gen Con, pick up con crud, keep going.
I know, it's like con crud just kept spreading, and then we died. Like, seriously, we were one turn away from winning, and it was just mind blowing. I was like, you think it's going to be just as easy? It's not.
Yeah,
but it's more approachable. It's you only have 4 different roles. So if you got a 4-player game, 4 different roles, and they have 4 different abilities. So I like.
Yeah, and you're only having to worry about curing 3 diseases instead of 4, and you also only need 4 cards instead of 5 to find the cure for that color. So Matt did a really good job of streamlining it and like tweaking the abilities. So like there obviously is a bit more complexity in the full base game, but if you want something where it's either, you want a quick lunch game, you want like a warm up before your bigger game night, or you want to play something with the kids that's shorter and more approachable, or even someone, you're trying to introduce someone to the hobby, and maybe, as great as base game Pandemic is, maybe that's still a little too intimidating. And so Hot Zone provides more of that entry point. And then, it's only $20, so like it's a super good gift. It's a really good entry into the hobby for a lot of people.
Yeah, for $15-$20, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, if you're going to
Right?
get something, I mean, because most people are doing Secret Santa this year, and we're not, just because it's like, we're just not. We'll leave it at that one. I mean, we're thankful enough for what we've got already. But for the people that are doing Secret Santa, you know, some of those budgets are like 20, some are $20, but a lot of them are like around that $50. So you could actually get something like a $30 game, and maybe you could get like a copy of Pandemic, and then you've got $50 right there. So you can easily get some good quality games. You could even get, I think Carcassone's how much now? I'm trying to think. Is it about 30 still, or 30, is it around 20, 25 sometimes?
I think it's 35, $34.99.
Okay.
Most of the time you can find it somewhere on sale.
Yeah. I mean, I think Target right now is even doing a buy two, get one free thing, which is pretty amazing. And somebody put that on Facebook earlier. I was like, no, calm down. Don't go shopping. No, not right now. Don't do it. I mean, I've got some birthday money coming, but I'm like, no, don't do it. Just got to be patient. Wait your turn.
Yeah.
But no, you know, it's really, it's nice to see some board games that you really have enjoyed. Like our family has enjoyed Pandemic. It was one of the games, and I showed you the picture of me with a French toast dinner and Pandemic with a candle lit, and
it was such a beautiful date night.
It was a date night. It truly was. I remember. I think I said when I actually did the original post, it was for what was her name? Peace Loving Games. So Peace Loving Games. That's Adeline. I think I said that right. Adeline is originally she did a really cool thing where it's like, okay, it's Valentine's Day season. Take pictures showing your love for board games. So I took it to a weird extreme, and so I was like, ooh, so what are you doing tonight? How about I turn the lights down low? We'll put on some candles and we'll play some Pandemic. Yeah, that's kind of how I did it. Like, I imagine Barry White in the background. So, but yeah, no, it's one of those fun games. So I like the idea that there's a version that I can, you know, send to people, or I can play. Like, we're going to play Saturday, and I could easily break that out, and it will be quick, 30 minutes. 30 minutes stops. You can teach the game in 2. Truthfully.
Yeah, it's super quick. Yeah, and so we're planning to do more with the series. And so one of the nice things about as more of them come out, you know, people can get kind of their hot zone Pandemic if they want, like, their region and their country. But one of the nice things is, as you get more of them, there's going to be some interesting mix and match stuff.
I am curious because I want to see that become one giant map,
like a massive,
That's. I think we talked about that. I was like, how cool would that be?
I can't confirm or deny, but there may be some discussions of something like that.
That'd be neat. That would be just awesome. But yeah, and Amanda, I completely understand. Like, if people have Pandemic, you know, they're a lot of people are going to play, of course, the normal Pandemic. But the thing that I've found is that, you know, it's easier for me to quickly pop Hot Zone on the table than sometimes it is to put Pandemic on the table. The difference between time with our kids, it's kind of like, okay, what can we keep our 9-year-old's attention span for a game? And so, of course, like these quick games, like Infinity Gauntlet, and, you know, we played Mesozoic, which was so much fun.
I love that one. It's adorable.
It's nice. It's a nice little quick game. I love the fact the only thing I feel like telling adults and parents, which I think I put in the review, is, you know, hey, I recommend doing a digital timer only because the beeping is a good way of indicating when it stops. Because if I'm so focused on the puzzle, I'm not looking up at a dial. I'm not looking up at
sometimes you're like still sliding things and realize the sand timer has been out for another 20 seconds.
I'm like, oh, I might have done that maybe while we were playing too. I might have looked up and been like, okay, nobody's noticed yet. Okay. Oh, nope, now we're done. Daddy, did you just do that? I was like, no.
Yeah, it was fun. That was one of our releases last year. And one of the fun things we did at Gen Con was we actually made like these giant, like oversized cards that were like 5x7. And we like put them out on a huge table. So then as you were drafting, you had these massive cards and then you're trying to slide them on the table. And it was hysterical.
I need to see pictures of that later, because
they exist. I'll find them.
Okay, very cool. So something else we were going to talk about tonight is Worldbuilders. This is something that you personally have donated towards, and you wanted to talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to pull it up on the screen. I'm going to go over to the website, and I'm going to kind of navigate, and you just kind of walk me through it.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm a big nerd. I've been into nerdy communities for a while. And so Worldbuilders specifically was actually started by Patrick Rothfuss. And he wrote The Name of the Wind, the Kingkiller Chronicle. And I love that book, love that series. I will happily read the third one whenever it comes out. And he decided, as he was, getting more fame and more followers after he published the first book, he realized that he could start to make a difference and do something good. And so he ran a charity drive just using his blog. And at the time said that he would match the donations, thinking maybe he would get like, $5,000 or something. And that first campaign got $50,000.
Wow.
And he matched it. It was much more than he expected. But then he realized, like, okay, there's something here. I can make a big difference. I want to make this into a formal organization. And so they called it Worldbuilders, and they have a small staff, but they every year do a lot of really great campaigns. And in particular, one of the charities that they have a couple that they support, but one that they support in particular that I really like is Heifer International. And that one was actually, I believe it was Patrick's mom's favorite charity, and that was why he chose it for the first Worldbuilders campaign. And so Heifer International is an organization that they do a really great job globally of helping people out and actually giving them food and income. So often what they do is, if you donate, I forget the numbers, but like say you donate like $30, that means that you helped get a chicken for someone. Mm-hmm. And so the thing about giving someone a chicken is then they can have eggs. And eggs are food, but eggs can also be income because then you can sell them. And so similarly, like they can give someone a goat, then you can have milk and you can have cheese, and then eventually more goat babies, and then you have a farm. And it's more of a long-term fix than just like a Band-Aid solution.
Yeah, it's different. I kind of understand that. Like, it's instead of seeing somebody who's hungry, just giving them like a simple meal, you're actually giving them something to actually sustain them for more than just that meal.
Yeah. And, obviously, if someone's hungry, giving them a meal is certainly good. And that is important too. But one of the things I really like about this organization is the fact that they really help get people out of poverty, and they really help with the long-term solution. And they go down there and they teach the people, like, hey, here's the animal, here's how to take care of it, here's how to turn this into income. Like, they really spend time educating these people in how they can actually make it a sustainable future for themselves. And that's something that I really appreciate. And I've personally donated to Worldbuilders every year since I found out about it. And normally what they do is they also have this kind of fun lottery, which is what a lot of the sponsors on the first page were. Like, they donate to Worldbuilders. And so there's games and books. And I think before they've even had like the fancy game tables. And so every time that you donate, I think it's every $10 or $20 gives you like an entry into the lottery, and then you can win some things.
That's pretty cool.
So like, you can get some fun geeky things. But the better thing is that you, of course, feel good that you are helping someone out in the world. And they have a couple other organizations they support too. I think there's a literacy program.
Yeah.
And they do have, Worldbuilders does have a store, so you can get like some merch from Patrick Rothfuss or some other things, and then a portion of that goes to the organizations, the charitable organizations.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Heifer International, which I like that. Things like this I really like, because it's also, I mean, we have a large homeless population in our area. And so one of the big things that there's organizations out there that are doing exactly what you're talking about, which is not only feeding the people, giving them chances to be able to have a meal, but also helping them find ways of being able to sustain it. Like you're talking about goats and things of that nature, which I grew up on goat's milk when I was a kid. So
yep. Goat's cheese is one of my favorite cheeses.
Oh, goat cheese is so good.
So good.
Grilled chicken, like with a little lemon butter sauce.
I just had a salad with goat cheese tonight.
That sounds good. No,
yeah.
that is
so
really
it's
cool.
It's an organization that I feel I always feel really good about donating to. And I think one of the nice things is then I know what my money's going towards, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like it's fun whenever the Worldbuilders does like their active drive for it, then they have like a little chart that'll say like, oh, if you donate $60, that's a goat. If you donate $100, that's a cow. And so like, okay, well, I want someone to have a goat, so I'm going to donate 60.
That's really cool. I like that idea. I like that a lot. And the fact that, that it gives people a chance to be able to, like, it's nice. I like that you can see where your money's going. Because I think sometimes when people donate, they always are wondering, how is this helping?
Yep.
Which can be one of those things where it's like some people give blindly and give generously, and God bless you that you do.
Yep.
But yeah, some people just need to see it. They need to know, okay, I'm going to donate this much. Is it going to go towards? What is it going to go towards? And I think that's really cool that, like you said, there's like a little spot where it says $60.
Yeah.
Gives a person a goat.
Well, and honestly, every time it like, say in my personal budget, I was like, oh, I have room for $50. And then it's like, oh, but 60 would get someone a goat. I'm going to do 60.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think that's
there's
awesome
just something, there's something about that in like knowing what your money is going towards, knowing how you're directly impacting someone. That it just, I don't know, is it an organization that I have really felt good about participating in and supporting for, oh my goodness, it's been so long, at least a decade now, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Sometimes they're even at conventions. I think they usually have a booth at Gen Con.
Really? Now that I kind of want to see. I need to make a trip out to Gen Con. I've never been to Gen Con.
Chris.
I have not. It's just
oh my goodness.
It hasn't been a possibility. Sometimes, I mean, this year I was planning on going. Planning on going to go to Origins, Gen Con, and PAX Unplugged. I had guaranteed those to be fit in my schedule. But it's, when you're working and you're not working, quote unquote, with the industry, doing the media stuff's good, but you got to find time to be able to step away from work and from that and be like, hey, family, I'm going to go 4 hours out of the way. I'm going to go to this convention. I'll be back. And I might spend like a buku amount of money. I
always, when I went to cons for fun, I always made sure that I took out a cash budget for games, because then like I would use my card for food and things. But I knew, like, okay, I have gotten out literally $200 in cash, and once that money is gone, I'm not allowed to buy any more games.
I understand that. Like when I went to PAX Unplugged this past year, I decided I was going to get one thing, and I got one thing. I came home with more stuff, but I made sure when I paid for something, I went for that one thing, and I said, this is my budget. This is what I need to do. I've got to have the gas to be able to get back, because it's a 7.5 hour drive driving back. And for some reason, I hit the toll. Some reason it took me on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, which is killer.
Oh, yeah.
Because you grew up in Ohio. If you ever had to go to Pennsylvania, driving through Pennsylvania, you had to find the back roads, because if you didn't and you took the Pennsylvania Turnpike and you went all the way across the state, you're paying $50-something to drive through a state.
Yeah.
There is no point.
The tolls are killer.
I'm like, I got off at an area and I'm like, oh, there'll be $30-something. I'm like, there goes at least another game. So, it's kind of thinking that way. It's like, oh, crap. But yeah, no. I like this organization. I like the fact that, like you said, that they help different charities. And I want to pull it back up again, because I do want to show the other charities. I just want to pull up Heifer International, because I thought that was really cool. That's something that I really do agree about, is the idea that, we can continue feeding the hungry, which is good, but we need to also help them find ways of helping them so that they're not hungry anymore, whatever way we can, because it's so important to show and to find a way to give generously and still help them, especially when it comes to there's going to be points where we, as people, if we go out and we're helping out, we're going to go away at some point. Like, some people go out on different trips to help people, and they come back, and the question is, how are these people going to be helped when you're not there?
Yeah.
which is really, really true. So Mercy Corps, it looks like, focuses on more immediate issues involving refugees. All right, that's awesome. Global Giving, Charity Navigator, 4-star charity programs all over the world that focus on both immediate disaster relief. All right, disaster relief, cool. First book promotes literacy now. That I like.
Yep.
That I like a lot.
And I know that one's very close to Pat's heart as well, of course, being, a writer. And he, of course, has a great love for books, as do I.
And now they've got an end-of-year fundraiser, it looks like. I'll click on that. So, end-of-year fundraiser. Okay. Want to know the nitty-gritty of the annual fundraiser? Then this is the place for you. We got plenty of answers below, but if you're still wondering, so this is November to December. All right. That's really cool.
That's usually when they do their really big, like end-of-year push, mostly focused on Heifer International. So
I like this one right here. It's like, because some people, they don't feel comfortable with that. It's like, I'm a vegan and I don't feel comfortable donating animals. That's the one that stood out to me right off the bat. So we specifically asked the option for donating non-animals. So we got a mix of options. Flock of ducks or chicks, honeybees, trees, goat, llama, gift or clean water, $300. Yeah, clean water is so hard. And then a cow. That's really cool. That's amazing. Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that you can donate that stuff. So, sorry, I'm just distracted just looking at this, trying to figure out.
Yeah, they have a pretty robust website.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, what can I help out with? So it's pretty cool. That is amazing. I like it. You need to introduce me. I don't know if you've ever met Patrick, but you need to introduce me to him, and then we need to get him on the show and talk about this end of year thing, because I would love. Yeah.
I'm not like close personal friends with him or anything. I've met him a couple times at some book signings, but yeah, he might be interested. He actually, during the Worldbuilders like end of year push, he usually does do like a lot of live streams, and he does Twitch streams and all kinds of things to get more attention on the charity.
That's really cool. Yeah, I'd love to see if he'd come on, because I like to bring on the people that are behind the charities just as much as the people that are supporting them, and I think that's a big thing. But yeah, that's really cool. So for those of you who were watching or just tuning in, I lost in a game of Infinity Gauntlet. We talked about Pandemic Hot Zone, which is a great game for the holidays. And of course, Infinity Gauntlet is ultimately one of my favorites. And then we talked about Worldbuilders and about the amazing work that they're doing with different charities, helping out with refugees, helping out with disaster relief, helping out with literacy, but especially giving goats. I love it.
Goats and cheese.
Goats and cheese. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, if you are interested in actually donating towards this organization, I'm going to pull this up so that people can go ahead and click. If you want to make sure that somebody has a sustainable meal source or food, this is a great way of doing it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to copy this real quick, and I'm going to put it in here, but I'm also going to scroll it across the bottom so you can look at it. You can go straight to worldbuilders.org. And there it is. It's going out to all of you. So you can actually click on that link right now. You can make a donation if you want to. You can purchase merchandise, which still goes towards those organizations. So if you like the stuff and you're like, hey, I could go for maybe a nice t-shirt, why not? Put the money towards a good cause.
You can get some fun Name of the Wind merch if you like Patrick's book, and it will still go towards the charity.
That is pretty cool. That is really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. So I feel like we need a rematch right now.
Oh, do we? Am I heroes again?
Yeah, let's go for this. Thanos wants to win. Thanos is not too happy. The Mad Titan was not happy that he lost.
Seems like wishful thinking.
All right. So for those who are watching in the chat, if you have questions, please put it in the chat and ask questions of Beth, whether it be about Z-Man or about her favorite, comic books, maybe. Because, if you feel like drawing and art, I've got a feeling that you liked comic books growing up too, right?
I did. I sometimes had a problem with, I struggled with single issue comics. I always did better when they were like collected into like the full
graphic novels. Yeah,
yep.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What was your favorite graphic novel?
what is my favorite? I did really like Sandman from Neil Gaiman. Gosh, what else?
Did you ever read the Fables line? I thought the Fables
line.
Was
yes. Good. Yeah, so. Actually, growing up for a while, I have been collecting different like fairy tales, mythology, and folklore. And so, yeah, Fables was entirely up my alley.
Yeah, Fables is pretty good. They even came out with like a video game of it by, I think it was the same people that did the Walking Dead and the Batman series, the chapter series. I think Skybound picked up the last chapter of that series, but of the Walking Dead series. But yeah, I thought it was really cool because they had the werewolf. I forget the werewolf's character's name, but I like the fact that he was a detective.
Yeah.
So made for an interesting story.
I enjoy the spin on, like the classic fairy tale characters that and what they did with them.
So
thanks.
Allison's saying, not a question, but I love the purple hair, Beth. Chris, you should try that color. Where would I put it? Look at this.
Just like in the beard a little bit.
I was starting to go the no shave November, and I've got this little tiny mustache. I've started. This is a crazy thing. So I shave in the shower. So I'm shaving, and I've got a full beard, and I'm just gonna shave underneath here. And the first thing I do is I go. I'm like, well, forget that. Not happening. No shave November. So just doing a little goatee thing. And then when this starts to bother me, it's gone. So it's kind of how it goes. All right. We ready? Rematch.
All right. I got my card.
Okay. All right. I'm going to lower the lights again.
See if you have the power of the universe this time.
I think I will. I think I will do amazing. I'm going to keep telling myself that. For those who think that Beth is going to win, put in hashtag Team Beth. If you think I'm going to win, then you're crazy, but still put in hashtag Team Chris. I'm going to go ahead and get some cards shuffled. There we go. And I'm going to draw my 2. All right. All right, so when I choose an opponent, so it's a 2-player game. So I'm going to choose an opponent, and I'm going to choose whichever, let's say your opponent is on the right side. I'm going to say, well, considering whichever card, we'll just say I'm going to choose an opponent. If they're holding a 3 or higher, defeat their card.
I am.
Yay!
I started with Iron Man.
Nice. I'm super happy about that. All right.
That's a good one for you to knock out early.
I like it. I've got my soul stone. Boom.
Okay.
Oh, Team Chris, he needs a win. Thank you very much, Allison.
Well then.
Really, Amanda Panda? No more Panda Shark. No more Panda Shark, Amanda Panda. Oh, thank you, Board Game Duchess. All these people being so nice to me. I guess it's... Oh, no. Hold on. I got to draw back up. Yep.
Black Widow would like to look at a card.
Okay. All right. Which
How
one?
about the one in your right hand?
Okay. One on my right hand.
Yes.
Got the Power Stone.
That's a pretty good card.
It is a very good card.
Okay.
What's you doing for your next one?
Well, Spider-Man thinks that you're holding that Power Stone.
You're taking out my Power Stone. Okay. Let me draw my card first before I shuffle. All right. Killing me, Smalls. Killing me. All right. And go down a notch. All right. Draw my card. All right. Trying to think. Okay. I am going to put out the Outrider. Do you have any more ones?
No.
Nuts. Okay. All right. Your turn. If you have any questions for Beth, please put them in the chat. We'll be glad to answer them.
Yeah. I'm going to play Doctor Strange.
Okay.
to give myself a power token.
Okay.
And then I will draw.
What you gonna do?
Sure, we'll try it. I'm gonna play the Hulk, and I will fight since I have a power token.
Wow. Okay.
Let's fight the card in your left hand. Oh, that's bad for me.
Hey, what does that mean? Does that mean I defeat that card?
That does sure mean that.
Oh, darn.
All right.
Okay. All right.
That didn't work out for me.
No, but it's okay. I'm happy with it.
Oh, I'm so glad you're happy.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and use my Space Stone now.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So I get to fight up to 2 different opponents. So let's go ahead and fight the first opponent.
Okay.
Hey, look who's coming out.
Black Panther takes a punch to the gut.
Oh, I was so upset when Chadwick Boseman passed.
I know.
I'm kind of hoping that they make Suri, his sister.
Yeah.
Suri, yeah. That'd be really cool.
I think I heard rumor that they might be doing that, just making her the lead in the next Black Panther.
Yeah, other people were saying the idea of bringing back Michael B. Jordan and bringing him back from the dead somehow. I mean, they've done it with other characters, so it'd be kind of neat. Kind of retcon his death.
Yeah, I mean, Killmonger was an interesting character, so maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he had the most, I think, depth out of most of the villains that we've seen. All right, so who's your second hero that they have to fight? Oh, that stinks.
Also takes a punch to the gut.
All right. Oh, we got a question in here. I'm going to put it up real quick. Beth, do you know if there's a Pandemic Legacy Season 3 coming in the future?
Well, Pandemic Legacy Season 0 actually is Season 3, essentially. So there are now 3 Legacy games out, and originally it was going to be called Season 3, but because it's actually set in the Cold Wars in the 1962, it's actually set chronologically before Season 1, and so we decided to call it Season 0, and it is the final installment of the trilogy. Matt and Rob do not have plans for more, but it makes like a nice collective story, all 3 of them together.
All right. What are you going to do for your turn?
Oh, it is my turn.
Yeah, you're down to low on health right now.
I am. Okay, I am going to play Scarlet Witch, which will let me look at the top 3 cards of the hero deck and put them back in any order I want.
Okay. I may or may not be removing the cards from my left to right hand.
Okay, so then I will draw a card, and Ant-Man and Wasp will let me look at one of your cards.
Okay.
How about, can I pick the one that I don't know? Can I see the card in your right hand?
Yes, you may. It is.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Reality Stone.
Oh.
Yep, I've got 2 stones out here right now. You know that.
I see that.
All right, my
Back
turn.
to you.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to use my Time Stone. I'm going to place it out there and copy the effect of another card in front of you.
Oh, no.
Space Stone. Fighting
Cool.
up to 2 different opponents.
You're just going to beat up on me again with Thanos? Yeah.
Hey, I want to win this time. Everybody was rooting for me.
Yep. All right. You punched Captain Marvel.
Okay.
And I think you're just automatically going to win this one, too.
I don't know.
I don't have any Power Stones. Yeah.
Nice.
You punched your daughter.
But she was the lesser of my 2 daughters. Let's be real here.
Poor Nebula.
Poor Nebula, just unloved, uncared for, versus Gamora. Nice. All right, so I got my rematch and I won. I feel a little bit better now.
Yep.
So
1-1.
So was it Season 0 is Season 3? That's like saying the Phantom. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! I'm sorry. I don't recognize the prequels as much. Yeah, I'll leave that at that. So
they're something.
Lightsaber battles were amazing. Lightsaber battles were phenomenal, and I think that was fun to watch those. I don't I did not enjoy the. I don't think I really enjoyed some of the other stuff in the movies, but like I honestly, okay, people are gonna be, yeah, poor Nebula, but yeah, I don't know. My thoughts on it were with the newer trilogy. I liked where they went with the Last Jedi. I like that idea, that feeling of the Force is just the Force. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. It's going to be there. It's in through all things, and it just will be as it is. And if you choose to use it, you use it. It's kind of neat. I don't know. I liked that explanation in the movie. So if
there
you
were
had
some things I wanted them to do in the final movie that they didn't, and I wish they had.
Well, I think really it would have been kind of neat to have seen. I wanted to see the version that there was some other person that I guess was originally working on it.
Oh yeah, that script that they like leaked that just
and it
so
just
much more
sounded
interesting.
really cool. I was like,
yeah,
what? Are you serious? Like, so Kylo Ren just stays a bad guy? I'm like, that's awesome.
It's okay. That's what fanfic is for.
Yeah. Well, I think was it in the expanded universe? I think there was something where was it one of the twins, like Luke, was it Han and Leia have twins, and one of them's bad, and it's up to the sister to stop the bad one, which I think is Jason. I think, and then I think Jason kills Ben, which is Luke Skywalker's son, and then I think also kills Mara Jade. I don't remember the full storyline, but I just
remember. It's been a while since I've read those books, but yeah, something like that.
And then there was the race of aliens that were resistant to the Force, like the Force couldn't affect them at all. I mean, that's oh yeah. Here's the question: are you keeping up with the Mandalorian? It is so
I
good.
am. Yeah, I love the Mandalorian. The last episode I didn't love as much. I'll say I don't want to spoil it if people haven't watched it.
Yeah, don't spoil it. But yeah, I am eager to see how they continue the story. Now, I am interested in the fact that they're bringing in characters from previous universes or from things like that. I would love to see Kyle Katarn somehow make an appearance in the series. Don't worry, Board Game Duchess. We're not gonna spoil it for you. I would love to see some people from the expanded universe come in and actually have a role. Because I was a big Dark Forces fan and the Jedi Knight series. So Kyle Katarn was my character. I was like, yeah. So how cool would it be to see somebody that was another Jedi show up that hasn't been in any of this canonical version of the universe? So they brought Grand Admiral Thrawn in, I think, Rebels, which is really cool, from the Thrawn series. I think it was like the was it Zahn's trilogy? I forget what it's called, but who knows? But all right, that's my nerdiness coming out. But yeah, no. So anybody have any other questions? Mandalorian is like they're playing D&D.
Kind of, yeah.
James is coming on a little later to hopefully lose a game tonight because he's beaten us every time. What game is that we're playing tonight? My brain is so fried. Jurassic Parts. We're going to play Jurassic Parts with him and Kids Planning and Justin. So yeah, it'll be good. Yeah, no, Board Game Duchess. We will not spoil it. You need to watch it. I loved the first season though.
Yeah,
so much.
First season was great.
And I really liked that. I think my favorite episode though was the prison episode.
Really, that one was a little different.
Well, that's the reason why I liked it so much. It was kind of like, oh my gosh, this guy is a badass.
Yeah.
I mean, here he is in a prison with all these other bad guys, and then all of a sudden, like, lights flash.
Yeah.
And he's like in different areas. Yeah. He's just like taking them all out. And you're just kind of like, wow, this is pretty cool. That's when I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. My son doesn't know it yet. I was able to get him the ornament, the Mandalorian ornament. So yeah, a Christmas Eve every year, I give each one of our kids an ornament, like Christmas Eve night. It's like,
that's
okay,
cute.
Open up a Christmas Eve ornament and put it on the tree. That's kind of my special gift to them. So I found it.
Great tradition.
I'm super excited. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. All right, just got Jurassic Parks in the mail today. Yeah, very cool. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, can't tell me anything else about Hot Zone at all.
I can tell you that it will be out probably around the same time as North America was.
Okay.
And do I tell you the region?
That's up to you. This would be the first time anybody hears it, I think.
I think it might be okay.
Okay.
It's going to be Hot Zone Europe.
Ooh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So Hot Zone Europe coming out next year. That's going to be a lot of fun. I still want to see it become one giant map at some point. So
it might.
Who knows?
Oh, I do see James has a question about a game that I didn't talk much about, actually. Paleo.
I haven't been on that diet. No.
Yeah. No, so that's actually a new cooperative adventure game. It's with our partner Hans and Gluck. And it's a lot of fun. Actually, there is a version of it available on Tabletopia. So if people want to try it, you actually can. So in it, you are, it's back in the prehistoric era, and you are trying to, so you win the game by making a cave painting. And you're trying to survive the night, so you have to manage your resources, and your people have different skills, and you'll flip cards, and the cards will tell you if you're, facing any danger, or if you're trying to hunt down a mammoth so that you can get food. And you can make tools, and you're all working together trying to survive the night and make a cave painting. It's pretty cute.
Okay, now I need to see that. So
yeah, it is available on Tabletopia for people to try.
Okay, then it sounds like we're going to have to try to find a time to get you back on and play that. So that will be, when is it supposed to release?
I think it releases later this month, either late November or early December. So pretty soon, actually.
Okay, so maybe it could be a December live stream or something of that nature. Who knows? We'll figure it out. We'll find out later. But I do want to say, Beth, it was a pleasure having you on here as always. Of course, I know I'm going to talk to you a mile a minute after we're done here on the stream.
Probably.
But yeah. But yeah, if you are interested, please take a look at some of the sweet games that Z-Man's got coming out. Like I said, this is a great stocking stuffer for your family. It plays up to 6 players. 6, or is it 7? 6.
It's 6.
6, that's right. It plays up to 6 players. So for me, a family of 5, this is a perfect game for us. Because then I got to be Thanos, and I'm like, yeah, I won. So I won a game. Did you see that, everybody? I actually won a game. Okay.
But I also won. So really, we're just even.
All right, we're even. So we have to have a rematch another day.
Yep.
But yeah. So, and then also check out Worldbuilders. I put the link in the description, and it's also on there in the chat. Click on that, make a donation, help out towards a good cause. You can purchase merchandise, and it'll be distributed among I think it was 4 or 5 different charities I saw. So you have a chance of helping out with that, especially Heifer, where you can actually help out with getting a goat or a cow or chicks or little ducks or animals and livestock. Yeah. Or what was that?
Honeybees.
Honeybees. Yes, I saw honeybees. Honeybees was what, $30, I think? Trees was $60. Goats are up to what, 300, I think now. So, and then cow's about 500, but that was like the year end thing. I think that's the year end thing that was. But yeah, no, it's super cool that we're able to actually help out towards that. If you are interested, click on that link, make it something special, finish up the year strong, doing something good for the community. But yeah, Beth, of course, always a pleasure. I always enjoy just hanging out and talking to you. I think the first time that we met was at Gen Con Digital.
We had a fun little video call.
Yeah, we did, and it was a blast, and it's just continued to be a good friendship, and I'm very thankful for Z-Man and for the games that you produce and the ability that you make some games that my family can truly enjoy at our player count. So especially Mesozoic, that was so much fun. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to wrap up, and I'm going to tell you all, thank you for joining us on the Charity Board Gamer. Remember, if we can gather at the table, we can do the same for a good cause. So have a great night. Bye. We'd like to also thank The Op for sponsoring tonight's live stream. One of our favorite games for them currently is Hues and Cues, which is in stores now.